Hey guys, RSFooty here, and I thought since the move of Paul Pogba to Manchester United is imminent, pending the deal from Mino Relaya, who says there's no deal happening apparently. So I thought I'd do a different type of video where instead of Manchester United spending their money on Paul Pogba, here's a thought. What if they spend that money on non-footballing items? So items not related to football. Here, stay tuned. Let me give you an analogy of the £100 million deal or 528 million ringgit deal that is going to happen. So it's basically a love triangle. Manchester United and Paul Pogba were dating, and then Manchester United didn't treat Paul Pogba right and then treated him like trash. So Paul Pogba went to another guy, Juventus, where he got plenty of love and in fact developed into a swan or a supermodel or whatever you call it. And Manchester United got jealous, so that's why they want to bring him back and bring Pogba back so that they can have their own supermodel. And they have the money to bring the supermodel back. The deal going to happen, what if they spend the money on other items? So let's start with the simplest item, bread. Now bread costs 2 ringgit 40 cents in Malaysia, which is less than a pound. And if they were to divide the transfer value, which is about 528 million ringgit, into loaves of bread, that would be about 203 million loaves of bread. Woo! Now that is more than the population of Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand and the United Kingdom combined, and that is enough bread to feed all of them for a day, at least. Now that is a lot of bread. Okay, everyone loves music. Even Manchester United loves music, and they play music even like at their halftime show and before the game starts. So what if they use Spotify? Spotify costs about 15 ringgit a month. So what if you were to divide that? So if they were to do that, they'll get about 35 million months of Spotify. So if one person was to pay all that amount, they can listen to Spotify Premium until they die, and they'll still have many months left over on their Spotify account. Whoa. Now, a lot of people have smartphones, so one of the most popular smartphones is iPhones. Now they cost about 3,500 ringgit in Malaysia, and the capacity of and that means you can get about 150,000 iPhones with that 528 million ringgit money. Now that means 150,000 iPhones means you can fill Old Trafford twice. In other words, you can have 2 Old Trafford stadiums since Old Trafford holds 75,000 people. And then each person can have an iPhone and then not pay attention to the game and not pay attention to what's happening in the game. Okay, so the next item is a car. One of the more popular cars in Malaysia or and around the world is a Toyota Camry. That's a family car. It seats 4 people, and in Malaysia it costs about 150,000 ringgit. So if Manchester United was to spend that money, they can buy about 3,400 cars. A lot of people have cars, but a lot of people actually love expensive cars. One of the more expensive cars in Malaysia is a Bentley Flying Spur, and it costs 1.8 million ringgit. You can buy slightly less than 300 of them, and that is a class. Alright, so the next item is a private jet. So it costs about 12 million for a private jet, and that means with that money they can buy 44 private jets, which is enough for each member of the first team in Manchester United to have their own jet and even become even more snobbish and say that they're even more overpaid, but that's a different story for another day. Basically, they can have one jet for themselves, and they can use it like if they wanted to travel to Champions League games. Imagine having 12 jets traveling to Champions League games. Well, okay, that'll be interesting. And then the next item is a private island. Now these are very, very expensive. It costs 44 million for one island, and that means they can buy 12 private islands, and that is like a whole state or a whole country they can buy with that money. And that is a lot of money. The last thing they can buy with their money is a joke. The one Paul Pogba, who is worth 528 million ringgit and who is expected to sign for Manchester United in the next coming days. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like this video and please subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And I thought I'd just make it more entertaining. So if you enjoy it, please let me know, and thank you very much, and see you in the next video.